Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. This week I wanted to touch on a topic that I think we're all aware of, and maybe it's the ever-changing nature of communication. Now, when I look back to when I was a kid, we would, we meaning the kids in the neighborhood, would go out and play. We'd play a pickup game of football, basketball, baseball. We'd build forts. We'd play army. We do those types of things. And when we had friends who didn't live in the neighborhood, we would have sleepovers and we would talk on the phone, things like that. Now, I've got kids that are in their teens and early 20s now, and I know that life is very different for them. They communicate very differently. It seems that when they get together with friends, oftentimes it's on Discord playing video games, or if they're talking, it's on Instagram or Snapchat or something like that. And it's not real human dialogue, real human interaction. And I know I brought this up before, as well as this concept of human connectivity and the importance that I think it plays in relationships. And what I'm seeing more and more is that we are doing less and less as humans to actually connect in human form, whether that be on the phone or in person. And I have concerns around it for a lot of reasons, which I think I can touch on a little bit. But a good example would be that we have safety groups that meet on a monthly basis. For me, the American Society of Safety Professionals, Puget Sound chapter meetings, and other groups that meet in person. And what we're really finding is that since we offer a virtual option, people are opting for that virtual option. And we may have 15 or 20 or 30 people on Zoom and only have 5 or 6 people show up in person. Now, I understand that there's a commitment, there's a sacrifice to be made to potentially drive an hour to a meeting, spend a couple hours there and drive an hour back to the office. That's a 4-hour meeting that we can basically knock out in 1 hour if we just sit at our desks, work, and get on Zoom. But I would also argue that you cannot replace relationship building with virtual meetings, whether it be Zoom or Teams, whether it be email. There's so many different means of communication that people prefer. It might be LinkedIn, Facebook, Messenger. There are just so many different options. I think people prefer to text because it's easier and they can hang up on that conversation whenever they want, as opposed to getting on the phone with somebody. But again, I don't know if I can emphasize the importance that human connectivity and that real relationship building plays in our world. And the fact that when you sit down and have lunch with somebody or coffee or sit across a table from them, as opposed to meeting with them on Zoom or talking over email, the benefits of that relationship could be so much greater. And I think that everybody watching this probably knows what I'm talking about, but I'm seeing continued trends going the opposite direction, more and more disconnectivity. We're disconnecting from human interaction and dialogue more and more often. And again, we can't replace the benefits of building relationships in person. So I encourage everybody to think about that and do the things that we can to stimulate or promote that human connectivity, communicating in person, meeting, having lunch, doing those things that really allow us to connect on a personal level. Because at the end of the day, at the end of our careers, at the end of our lives, all we really have are those relationships around us and the stuff that we collect, our homes and stuff that fill our homes. But the only real meaningful thing at the end of it all is the relationships we've built. So hopefully that resonates and you can relate, and we'll see you next Wednesday.